Hello fellow gears, what's up? Maticon here bringing you another speedrun tutorial. This one is DrPow X's version of Dawn Flipped. We go in here with the typical setup: 1 scout, 1 engineer, 1 sniper, and 2 siphon soldiers. Pretty much everything spawns up top on the conveyor belt area, and there are 2 stationary required spots being the 2 soldiers. Everyone else is a free roamer. Okay, so your first soldier is going to be just to the left of this railroad tie there. That's where he'll stand. And his left half of the spawn is going to be up here. Pretty much they'll all spawn through here. And this little circle that I'm shooting, any grenades there, you want to put them on the wall to not push them odd spawn out, blocking spawn. Everywhere else, walls or floors, no problem whatsoever here. And then you also want a grenade up here because this is a spawn which we'll block later in the video. I'll show you how to do that here. The other soldier is going to plant this right side. Same thing with the circle. In that circle, just put nades on walls. Outside of it, everywhere you are good to go. Floors or walls, no problem. And this soldier spot to stand is going to be over here. 1 foot on the dirt tire track, 1 on the metal. As so. Now your scout and engineer are free roamers, but we typically don't have them stand any closer than about here, so it doesn't push the spawn away from the scouts. And same thing is mirrored over here. If you want to be on this side, as scout or NG, just don't be much closer than this here. Again, you don't really want anyone closer than here unless you're pushing the spawn, which I'll show you how to do that later in this tutorial. Okay, if you pull a Kestrel, he will usually spawn right above that clock wheel to the right. We push the boss over to the left where the soldier is. And line up the concrete and wood to push in there. You need a grenade or fortification right there. And it's mirrored on this side as well. You'll need a grenade or fortification to push him from the spot right about there. And that pushes into the soldier spot like I mentioned. And the soldier, engineer, and scout all compete for the kill with the sniper, which is kind of cool. But the boss will spawn there. The decoy we line up there, and because we don't want the boss spawning right next to the soldier or anyone else, so we slide scout, engineer, soldier back to stop this spawn, so the boss can spawn, nothing will spawn behind you, and then one of the others will take this spot here, because this is a spawn as well, and so nothing will spawn there, so you all 3, and then 4, including the sniper, compete to kill the boss, which is a lot of fun. We usually keep the scout on the right side, and when we set this up, for the first 7 waves or so, the sniper will take this spot down here. What this will do is it hard pushes everything from the left over here to the right, so you can double more power with the scout early on. Once the sniper takes the fabricator, you need 2 placement fortifications to block the spawn down here. 1 right there, and 1 right here. When we set this up, we just put some sentries there, shooting at the spawn, and then we actually put a barrier on each side right here early on so they cannot jump over and kill your sniper, which, don't want that, right? And the other barrier is going to go along there, and once we move up, then we move the barriers up. Again, once we move up top in the middle with the sentries, we move the barriers as well, because nothing should be hopping these walls. So the fortifications down here blocking spawn shouldn't get wrecked or do any damage, really. So we move the barriers there up to the top of the stairs, on each side, both barriers. And then you will need a fortification to shut down this spawn here. I use a weapons locker, but with that spawn safely shut down, you can have, your 2 or 4 sentries, however you set it up here, safe, shooting into the spawn, and they won't get wrecked or anything. And I'll have some video on the top part setup coming up here in just a couple minutes. And now I will go ahead and show you the Fabricator Location. It's pretty generous, doesn't seem to be super picky, but I'll just line it up to the back wall here, just show you in a moment. You want to try to get it kind of direct center against the flower box. And with that, that is DrPow X version of Dawn Flipped, and I got some map overview setup coming up. Here is a map overview of the spawn. Another map overview for you. Here is an overview of me to the left of the spawn, hard pushing everything to the right where the scout is at. And you can push left and right easily back and forth to the side the scout is on for more double power. Yeah. Here's another overview of me pushing the spawn to the left where the scout is, and the scout's a free floater, so whether he's left or right, very easy as you can see to push the majority of the spawn closer to the scout. Here is one more map overview, and we are not pushing the spawn because, again, if you don't want to push the spawn, you don't need to. You can just let it go 50-50 equal. Here is a basic overview of what I do when I set this up. It's pretty simple. 2 sentries on the bottom, barrier in the middle, 4 sentries up top, and then barrier and 2 sentries down below on the other side. So a total of 8, 2, 2, 2, 2, essentially, with 2 barriers. And here are the 2 placement fortifications. I just use sentries. Any fortification will work. You can kind of see there and there to shut down that spawn. And as you noticed, weapons locker with drop shots. We love having lockers with drop shots, shooting into the spawn where we can. I'm not, just so you can kind of get a easier look at the spawn in general. And one other thing to note, when, we don't move up in the middle until we're level 2 sentries and Fabricator, because the level 1s just won't survive up there on their own, basically. And there, you'll notice there's a locker up there in the box, and that's to shut down that spawn as well, so they don't spawn there. It can be a little tricky to shut it down, but the locker serves as a double purpose, basically. So, and you know, you see my setup and how I do things, and definitely do your own thing. You know, put your own spin and twist on it. Love to see new setups and different ideas for sure. Here's some boss waves for you. What makes this setup so fun is you have your soldier, your engineer, and your scout and sniper all competing, trying to get this boss kill. Definitely fun about this version on this map. Another boss wave for you. Here's another boss wave for you. We pulled the Kestrel, and yes, you can kill the Kestrel without the Hammer of Dawn. Got one more boss wave here for you. With that, that is DrPow X's version of Dawn Flipped. Great run, definitely fun. Enjoyed, everybody. Thank you.